Okay, go ahead.
First of all, congrats once again, coming off that victory. You head in there for one of your toughest rematch, giving Luis King Kong Ortiz a second try. What you think you need to do different in the first half of the fight than was in the first one?
With Ortiz, he's a very smart fighter. He's a counterpuncher. He's great at what he does. I can understand why I'm the only person in the top 10, top 5 really getting him an opportunity. What I didn't do in the last fight, I think I didn't throw enough jabs at him. My feet, I would say I can place my feet in position a little bit more as well. Being that the movement that we have, it's very awkward when you have an orthodox and a southpaw in there. We all know that, and just little minor things. I think I did very well under the conditions that I was under at that moment in time in the fight. And I'm looking forward to having a great fight with him this time around as well.
Deontay, Jay on TV with Dark Horse Boxing. You just mentioned before something about 6 years. 6 years and you're done. Mm-hmm. If you were to be undisputed in 2020, let's just say maybe Ruiz beats Joshua, you turn around, fight Ruiz and beat him. Does that timeline become less than 6 years?
No. 6 years is my max that I'm planning to finish my career off in. It's a beautiful thing to be able to have a team that I started with and I have a team that I'm going to finish with. It's amazing that when we first started this thing, we had plans of the beginning, how we wanted my career to unfold and how things to be structured. And things, I can't say things went as planned. I think that's why as a human being, personally, I don't really plan things as I go. I go off of the energy of everything. Everything I go off of the energy. And because, in life, we know that sometimes things don't go as planned. And we know that it has happened in my career. But, it's great to have a group of guys that has my best interest in heart. Ultimately, they want to see me rise to the very top. And now with them same people that we was planning, the beginning, the unfolding, the revealing of who I am, we're planning the ending as well too. And I think the ending it feel a little bit sweeter than the beginning, because in the beginning you have a long task ahead of you and you just don't know what the roads, may lead along the path. And as being a professional and as I've been in it thus far and so long and accomplished what I've accomplished, I'm smiling at the end. I'm gonna smile all the way in the end, being able to say that I did the best I can in the heavyweight division. I brought a lot of excitement to the heavyweight division. I brought a lot of drama, and I brought a lot of dramatic, devastating knockouts.
And when all that's said and done, do you become a movie star or a politician? What's the move?
I'm looking for the movies. My passion is acting. I've been doing my thing thus far, and I've been killing it on the scene, and I'm very passionate about it. And I'm looking to do a lot of great things in the acting field. I'm a certified scuba diver as well. I'm looking to explore more in the ocean, down in the waters, something that's very unknown to a lot of people. I love being down there, and a lot of more other things. Spending time with family, watching the kids grow. It's gonna be a beautiful thing once it starts.
Champ, is there any truth that you may be starring in Creed sometime in the near future?
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna have a Creed, another Creed or not. There has been rumors to be said, about that. And if the opportunity comes about, I'm definitely the man for the job.
What did you think of the internet basically saying that you would be Clubber Lane's son in the Creed 2 movie?
Yeah, I'm up for that part. I think that I definitely can fit that description. Especially with my attitude, with the looks, my demeanor as I approach boxing. As long as they have me knocking somebody out, because that's what I do in my regular life. I'm a knockout artist. So if the opportunity comes about, I'll definitely be interested in it.
What's your selection process on? I know you have King Kong Ortiz coming up, but who would you like to see out of Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua, win their next fight so you can face them in the unification?
I like Andy Ruiz. I liked him in the first fight, and I like him in the second fight as well. In my opinion, I think it's an even more bigger fight, here in between the two. You know, especially how he won the first time. And it's all going to determine if he's able to win the second time. You know, with Joshua, you know, we tried many times to get that fight unfold, to make a dream fight happen, you know, for the fans, to unify the division, to have one champion, one face, one name. And as you can see, that was a long process, a process where, you know, we had you know, different mile markers being stretched. Once we completed, we had to do something else. We had to do this, had to do that. You know what I mean? It was a lot. You know, this is a gladiator sport. This is a man's sport, and I'm a grown man. I don't have time for games. Being that Ruiz is under the same stable as much easier fight to make. And I think an even more exciting fight as well. Being that what he did, and you know, and how the Mexican people are supporting.
Champ, it seems like you know, at first Tyson Fury was all about the rematch with you, and now it seems like he's starting to walk back some of those comments, and he's maybe less interested than before in the rematch. Do you think that he still wants that fight the same way that he did before? And if not, why?
Now, Fury don't want to. I don't think he ever wanted the rematch. You know what I mean? A lot of people gave him sympathy off of mental illness, but that's something that 9 out of 10 of us have faced all the time. You know what I mean? Many of us have thought about suicide or doing a lot of things. So, you know, being that he was from another country and coming over into this country, you know, in America, we always feel sorry for people, especially if they're not of this country. You know, I even had people come to admit to me, like, I'm not going to even lie to Deontay, I wanted him to win because of his story. Everybody want a winning story or whatever. And for him, I felt like he wanted to come in and fight me and say he fought me. A lot of people gave him a moral victory, and you know, he wanted to run with that. I don't think he ever wanted the rematch because I have power. You know what I mean? I look at it over and over again. Even with me, when I look back at my fights after I fight, I look at it as a fan, because when I'm in the ring, I'm not who I am now. I really transform my mind, my body, you know, my soul, you know. That's why I'm able to say the things that I say and really mean what I say, you know. And with that being said, how he got dropped, his eyes going back in his head, neck stretched out like that. You know, his family don't want, his wife don't want to see it, brothers, dad don't want to see it. You know, dad even said that he ain't getting up this time, and I guarantee he won't, you know. And with that, when you have all those talks, he have to go back, and the only thing he could promote from the fight is him getting up off the ground. You don't want to, as a fighter, you don't want to feel that again. You know, you just don't want to get hit in the face and see your body on the canvas doing that, because you don't know what's going to happen next time. And we know, man, lives are being taken in this sport. So I can understand him running. You know, he can run as far as he can, you know what I mean? But he got to remember he signed the contract, you know what I mean? And when you sign something, anybody know that the pen is a silent warrior, you know what I mean? You're going to have to pay consequences to getting out of that. So the fight will happen unless they give up some money.
Did you catch him on WWE?
I didn't. How did he do?
I mean, it's whatever. It's
Scored
wrestling.
a knockout with a right hand.
Did he? That ain't realistic. Well, good for him, man. You know, I'm always excited to see, you know, fighters on the outside of boxing being able to do things, because you know, people looking in on boxing, they think that as us as fighters that we just one dimension. That's how we do fight. We should train and fight, but we're still people. We're still fathers. We still, you know, we can do so many other things besides just fighting. I tell people, you know, I'm a great guy. You know what I mean? In person, in the ring, I'm just a man that can whoop your ass as well. You know what I mean? It's that transformation. And that's just what it's all about, you know. So I'm always happy to see, you know, fighters do other things than beside boxing.
Champ, WBC crowned Saul Canelo Alvarez and Vasily Lomachenko franchise champions. What do you have to say about that? You won the second longest reigning WBC champion this era right now.
I mean, if Canelo accepts it, you know what I mean, and he happy with it, then congratulations. You know, that's really all I can say about it. Many people ask me about the franchise belt or whatever. I don't know much about it. I'm you know, it's what I'm hearing. It allows you to stay a champion. You don't have to fight mandatories and stuff like that. And if that's the case, then I'm not interested in that. Yeah, I want the mandatory. That's what makes the sport. Guys work their way up, work hard to become number one and number two, and then become a mandatory. Why would you crown someone that eliminates all that? You don't have mandatories and different things like that. I love to be able to have a mandatory, him sitting And the more he wait, the more he get frustrated about certain things, and then when the fight comes, you had me waiting all this time. I'm ready. You know, it's always the build up to the fight. And when you take that away, when you take certain things away from boxing, you know what I mean? You take the charisma away from it. You take the excitement away from it. And that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to take the excitement away from anyone. You know, I'm a dangerous fighter. I have, you know, a devastating right hand. And, you know, that's all I've been doing throughout my career. Giving people, the fans, what they want to see. And that's knockouts. It's good to see guys go in there and, you know, go from 1 round to 12 rounds, boxing and showing skill. But at the end of the day, people got something to do. And they want to see knockouts. You know, they want something they say, damn, that was a great fight. And that's what I give people, you know. So hopefully, you know, nothing come my way about a franchise belt. You know, I don't have nothing against guys that have taken it and stuff. I'm just listening to the fans, and I'm listening to my heart as well, too. I don't think being a franchise champion would fit me. If they want to, you know, if they want to get someone else that belt over me, then I'm fine with that.
You baptized Ortiz the first one. What's your predictions for this second one heading this month?
Well, I'm looking to beat him in even more, you know, dramatic fashion. You know, when I fought Ortiz the first time, I had a terrible flu to the point where even when I was walking out in the tunnel, I was spitting up mucus. And the proper protocols for that is to call the fight off. You know, give yourself a little bit more time to heal, and then get a fight camp up, and then announce a new date for the fight. But you know, I'm always hard-headed. I'm the type of one of those fighters that like to be a myth buster in boxing. You know what I mean? You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this. You can't. And you know, I like to prove people wrong, and I have many times. And a lot of things that we say that a boxer don't supposed to do, you know what I mean? I does it, and just to see. And I do it on a high level. You know what I mean? One day I say I'm gonna write a book, and I'm gonna tell you all the things that I've done in my career that, you know, that is not of a fighter to do. And as you can see, I still knock guys out.
Deontay, this is Pedro Justice from I Am on Sports TV.
What's up, baby?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. What can you do on November 23rd to show Luis Ortiz and the whole boxing world that you're the baddest man on the planet?
That's right. The one thing I can do is like he said before, he'd rather have been stressed out. And that's what I'm planning to do, is stretch him out. Plain and simple.
What round?
You know, I have never been good with predictions. You know what I mean? I go in and do my thing, but you know, my energy leans to, you know, my energy leans to what? Just be careful in the first round. I'm a type of fighter that you can't blink. You're on the edge of your seat. You can't go to the bathroom. You can't look down. You can't drop your cell phone. You can't be late. You can't go to the concession stand. Nor will you go get those last piece of wings, because you're gonna be the one that say what happened. I'm just that type of fighter. I'm the type of fighter that you even stand up the whole time. I seen people in the first Ortiz going back looking at standing up the whole time looking, because I'm a type of fighter that you don't know what's gonna happen. You know it's coming, you just don't know when.
Right.
Deontay, a lot of fighters of your stature at this point in their career would probably be living in LA or doing camp in Vegas or in one of the bigger cities. What keeps you here in Alabama, in your home state? In general, what keeps you?
You said it. My home state. It's you know, I get so much peace here. You know what I mean? So much. It just, yeah, I mean, peace is very important to me. You know, I get my serenity here. I get a lot of love here. You know what I mean? I stay out right on top of the mountains of the lake. I got an island that I stay on, and it's beautiful. You know what I mean? I love being here, feeling the energy of the people, feeling the energy of the air. You know, and it's one of those things that I made it here. Why move? Why go anywhere else? After the Olympics, I had so many people try to draw me away from here. Oh, this country place, but you know, it's all up inside of how you feel. You know, so many people don't even know what real peace is, because they always moving. They always have to go. And even when they get a little bit time to themselves, they don't know how to evaluate it and use it. But when I come here, especially with the occupation that I have, I need it. I need to be able to have something to release when things have gotten so complicated and hectic for me. I need somewhere to go where I can just sit amongst the stars. I tell people all the time, where I live at, I have a place, an open mic I have an open mic to the universe, and the stars and the moons is my witness. You know what I mean? I'm able to, man, it's just peaceful, you know.
Are your neighbors like used to you at this point? Heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder walking his dog, or?
Like I said, I live on an island, so I only have one neighbor. And she a mile away down. You know what I mean? And her name Miss Lisa. She's from Germany, and she swims still. You know, in the lake back and forth. She's been in tremendous shape, and she motivates me. When I see her, I'm motivated because this woman probably about in her 80s, probably early 90s. And she still work out, she still walk, she still swim laps because her son, you know, he went to the University of Vanderbilt, and he's a swimmer. He was a swimmer there, and you know, it's just I think they got a long line of swimmers in their family, and she still does it to this day. And she get in that lake. I would never swim as long as she swim, you know. So that's something that I say, man, I gotta build my confidence doing something like that. You know what I mean? I get in the kayak, I get in the boats and do different things, but with her, you know what I mean, she's amazing, you know, and that's another part. Every time they say, hey, Deontay, she call me Deontay, it ain't challenge, hey, Deontay, I'm like, hey, Miss Lisa. But it's just a beautiful place to be here. Although I have multiples of property in different states and stuff, you know what I mean, they all give me different energy, but it's just something like, it's no place like home when I'm training and doing what I gotta do, and then I'm ready for the world.
All right, we're gonna take one more.
Oh God.
Deontay, you kind of, you're surrounded by all these journalists and all these boxing journalists, all this media. I imagine it's probably a different look than the way it was when you first started. Can you give us some perspective on what this world is like now than what it was when you first started out boxing? Man,
it's getting crazier and crazier, you know, but I think I'm the man for the job, you know. My life is definitely not easy, but all the things I have going on in my life, and I mean, it's crazy. In the position that I'm in, you know, from the beginning, I remember when we used to have to scrape up money to go get sparring and travel to go do things, scrape up money to even eat traveling, and you know what I mean, and the gym was even smaller than this, you know what I mean, which I like a rough looking gym, you know what I mean. It allows you to be able to even more go into focus, you know what I mean, because when you look around, it's nothing. It don't like, you know, it look like trash and stuff. But the best fighters come out of, you know, rural areas and regular gyms, you know what I mean. I like to keep that environment in that space. Although I do have plans for other things or whatever, but at this point we love it. We love to be amongst it. But now, you know, it's just to the point where you done gained so much success and you're able to do whatever you want at this point. Like I could do whatever I want at this point in time in my life. I can go so many different places. I could have left this place long time. I could have switched up trainers and stuff. But loyalty is a very important thing for me in my life. And as you can see, I still have the same team. I'm still training in the same gym. You know, although we pull up in Rolls Royces in this motherfucker, but it's just the beauty of it. It just lets you know success and the love that is here. You know, all my guys have my best interest in heart. All my guys love me and want to see me make it. And I allow them to come along as well as my brothers. I've been around them for a long time. We think the same way. We move the same way. We come in peace, like I tell everybody. Only time you'll see me doing anything is somebody break the peace. But, you know, I always teach my guys, you know, as I make it, I allow them to, you know, I tell them certain things that what I've inquired from other people that I probably hung around, or, you know, someone I'm trying to become, you know what I mean, or get tips from them, I share with them. You know, everyone has levels, and as a king, I want my guys to be kings. That way they can lead their own kingdom with the knowledge that they have. They say the only way to become wise if you must apply knowledge to your life to become wise, because age don't bring you wisdom. You can be an old fool as well, you know what I mean, and that's the beauty of it.
Okay, King Deontay.
Hey, I like
that. We're gonna sign off the stream now. Thank you very much, champ. And
blessings.
On November the 23rd,
yes,
Las Vegas, where you won your first title.
Man, I've been there in a long time.
And you coming back to defend it for the 10th time. That's mind blowing, right?
Yeah.
10th time you're coming back. So everybody tune in. Fox PBC Sports pay-per-view. Deontay Wilder, the longest reigning heavyweight champion, the king of the heavyweight division, He's going to be fighting Luis Ortiz, a man that everybody was afraid to step into the ring. You're going to run it back with him, though.
They calling me crazy.
They're calling you crazy. You ain't crazy. You know what you're doing. You're crazy like a fox.
Hey, you know.
But we're going to sign off the stream here. Deontay's got some other things he's going to do. Thanks for joining us, and tune into the fight. And Deontay is going to do questions on Instagram, on his Instagram page. So he's going to do that now, so you guys can tune in there and ask the champ some of your own personal questions. Thanks a lot for your time, champ.
Thank you guys so much.